60th anniversary celebration of the founding of the Academy of War Aeronautics. Very interesting. And I had the ability to meet with Hugh Gibson and we have an announcement from Eric Barrow. Medium saw going out in the mornings and coming back in the afternoons, some of them with an engine not running, some with holes in the wings. And to see that B-17 fly over yesterday.
See that, Owen? You see that? Okay, Daddy. You see it? Look at that. Look at that people jump. People jump, see? Yeah, shoot. Yeah.
Horsepower. F-117 Super sticker or Super Pits by Avion Aircraft Incorporated. These aircraft, of course, originally started by Curtis Pitts of Homestead, Florida, who designed the first Pitts way back in 1946. As you'll recall, they one half unit now it's negative. For the inside-outside, 148. And horsepower engine. Through the years, the airplane is upgraded and modified, and symmetrical wings installed on them, and of course, bigger engines, and full aircraft 25 years in North American G6 with our primary trainer. 4 pilots right out the side of the Chinese under General Flair Chanel. They were better known as the Flying Tigers. Little guys by the Cole brothers. You heard Jeff Brady talking about the Robert Cole from one of the and of course other people came along, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gene Soucy and the show cat, the Grub and Egg Cat. Which is coming later, and of course the nighttime routine which he had the other day called Firefly. First designed in 1958. The aircraft carries on the Grumman tradition of a strong overbuilt airframe and has the best pilot safety record in the action. Speed of 90 miles an hour until 130.
that thing.
Well, that'll...
Well, he can't last long flying like that.
Well, you better get it back. Well, let's see if we... I know the radio's on in there, so maybe we can talk to him. Turn the airplane nice and easy. You use a little right rudder there. That's that right pedal on the floor. And keep that stick between your legs there. Now pull back on that throttle. No. Come on, Freddie. No. You got a nice long runway there. Just line it up. Pull that throttle back. Freddie, listen to me, will you? For Pete's sake, settle it down. That's it. Get one wheel down there. Now get the other wheel down. That's that Chinese maneuver, one wing low. No, Freddie, you're not doing it right. That's it. Wait, now get the other wheel down. Freddie, listen to me. You stupid. There goes. I told you were going to stall it.
Oh, watch out.
Well, he got a one-turn spit out of it. I don't know how he recovered, but he did it now. Well, he didn't have much hair before. He's got a heck of a lot less. Freddie, listen to me. Bring it here. If you think I'm kidding, next time you see him, go pull it. He said the lady came up yesterday after I said that. She said, by golly, that thing is. As our Kates and Bells are coming by, get your cameras out here as the Battle of the Pacific was hot and heavy. As we pick up the scenario once again, here come the Kates and the Val. However, we were on the verge of a defeat. Most of our planes were outvoted as well as outnumbered. Attack after attack failed, including the gallant torpedo planes were wiped out completely, with only one pilot survived. That was Ensign George Gay, who just passed away here a couple of years ago. He was a good friend of ours. Slaughtering the obsolete torpedo bombers, 65 American dive bombers spotted the enemy and their main fleet. The famous cat family. You saw Tom Paine, the Airshow chairman, coming by. The arsenal of democracy was now the arsenal of victory. American industry and military forces were now going so fast by late 1943 that American 97,000 tanks, 18 million firearms, 60 world combined. That airplane is the only one surviving the SB-2C helldiver. The Wildcat that you see Tom Paine flying was the only fighter serving with the U.S. fleet at the beginning of every major naval battle in the Pacific. The slowest of all the fighters and outperformed by the Zero, its successes were due to its rugged construction and superior skill of the pilots. During the two-week siege of Wake Island beginning December 8, 1941, Major Paul Putman and his men broke up many Japanese... In December 22nd, the last two F-4Fs were finally destroyed in the island over Poland. On February 20th, 1941, Lieutenant E.H. Butch O'Hare, flying the F-4F, such as you see out of Chicago, Illinois, is named after him. The FM-2 Wildcat, F-Division of General Motors, on license from Grumman Aircraft, who produced the original designs as the F-4F. In late 1942. In 43 VF, over 50 Zeros rose to meet them, plus an equal number that was launched from Rabaul to give assistance. The Hellcat shot down 50 enemy aircraft while losing only 4 F-6Fs. And in other strikes that day, 50 more enemy aircraft were shot down, and they have a top speed of 371 miles an hour. This aircraft coming up here continued the war on the Battle of Britain, or the bombing of Britain, is a Heinkel HE-111. The HE-111 in Spain was negligible compared to the defense put up by the Royal Air Force in 1940 during the Battle of Britain. And the skies over Britain. Go ahead.
One of the America's late entries into the Pacific War, the Curtiss Helldiver initially offered little improvement over the SBD Dauntless that it was replacing. The prototype, which the Helldiver flew its first operational sortie on 11 November 1943 when the BB-17 attacked Rabaul. In 1944, the Helldiver replaced the Dauntless as the first line dive bomber of the Navy and Marine Corps. Late version battalions and the parachute Marines wore jungle utilities that you see all of the Curtiss is wearing today. We have a photo shot here, photo opportunity of the Heinkel bombers. These Marines again have these are vintage uniforms, weapons, Browning automatic rifle and the M1 Garand and the M1 carbine.
From the back seat, you can fly just about anything. The T6 was probably used by more than...
There's your photo pass opportunity with Dick Maxwell.
Pole, so to speak. If you look real carefully, he's in that upside down position out there. He's got the wheels pointed towards the sky. You can just barely see that canopy. These airplanes were, of course, originally designed by the Granville brothers. Thus the name G is left over. It'll be on static display out there in the ramp. It does a nice edge pass.
And they had the pylon set out here in the airplane. They had various aircraft, but they had a couple of these little GeeBee racers, and it was pretty... But also, we get Bill a chance to what I'd like to eat here. I'd also like to mention the Grimes Truck Center right over here on East Patrick Street and Monocacy Boulevard. Grimes Truck Center for an interview. See the B-17, that's the name Sentimental Journey. That's the real aircraft. Remember the model aircraft that we got here earlier? Well, there is the real thing.
Taking off in the German T6. Those are not Navion.
Majestic as the Queen are super. Born of war, but seeking peace, she carried valiant men into the very jaws of death and brought them home again. The Lodestars. Like all the men who flew her for peace and hope, she yearned. But far too often, missing board, Frederick, failure to return. Often plain and cool went down in a hot solitude with its aging silver queen, and to the empty our nation souls and the tyrant's mighty gun. Hitler's dreams stand a little prouder in the presence of the Queen.
Courageous and capable fighting man. The defense of his home line was obvious, returning to a fanatical that was established. Japan's home forces number well over 2 million troops. She still had 5,000 to 10,000 planes, and it was feared that they would be used as kamikaze weapons. The Dutch safety is commercialized and 1 million or more Japanese lives. Carrier a Hornet. Who was from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who has dedicated air power. And told the Navy admirals
He waved at me, Daddy. You like that thing? You like that more than the plane?
have to do. Dave DeLucio is the pilot, Mark Gibbons and the air crew.
The formation loop by the Black Hawk aerobatic team. They did their formation snap roll on takeoff. Now they maintain that minimum separation on wingtip to canopy as they come in and the formation, what we call the formation barrel roll. Still maintaining that minimum separation as if welded together in one set of controls operating both airplanes. They come out of the beautiful formation barrel roll. Like the interchange out here at I-70, they're making a corner. There's a pilot in the entry, the recovery, but in between there's just a passenger. There we go, nose for tail, tail for nose. Where they go, only know, they know. You know, the late Art Soul gave Johnny Carson of the Tonight Show right at his chipmunk doing that maneuver. And he prompted Johnny in his program that night interviewing artists. The profile of this aircraft is very wide when you look at it from straight ahead, and very narrow when you look at it from the side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mighty F-15 Eagle. Repositioning for his next maneuver as he approaches show center, he'll demonstrate the Eagle's crisp handling characteristics by performing the exacting 4-point roll. Greater than 9 times his own normal weight. Watch how precisely it maneuvers as it's rolled from side to side during a slow-speed pass. From slope, right Captain McDowell will raise the landing gear and immediately pull into the vertical to perform a Cuban 8, demonstrating the F-15's ability to rapidly transition from low speed to high speed flight. only 3 minutes.
Little strafing run here now. And boom.
Spin it around as he gets out of there. So avoid little sneaking around. Scenario of the Vietnam War. Around the world. Their expanding series of limited edition collected prints are distributed internationally through Soucy Stroke. I'll tell you a story. Members out there. They're going to... When they get crossed over here, they will let you down the flight line. And off to your right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Soucy and Teresa. Don't put your hands together and give them a big round of applause as they taxi down in front of...
I think it gets a little bumpy from here on out.
Yeah,
you might turn this thing to the right and get it back on the hard asphalt out there.
And now the boom bomb boys are coming down the line to reconnaissance and conventional ground attack. The Tomcat is the most versatile fighter, 7,000 pounds of thrust. You never hear that roar in those engines when it gets here. The Tomcat possesses the necessary qualities to effectively employ small... The F-14 Tomcat, the Super Tomcat. That's that.
7 hours of time. Hands over the ears.
tremendous thrust produced by the two engines effectively maneuver the aircraft at slow speed as the approach to an aircraft carrier. You'll notice that the tail hook is also bent lower. If the tail hook would separate, maybe bring towards the aircraft. Double emmelment turn. So watch it now, 360-degree minimum radius turn into a double emmelment. Under brakes. You can see the gear down, the hook down. You'll do the touch and go and then apply that full power. There's the power. You missed the hook, the wires. Brute power. The Super Tomcat.
Huh?